Hi, I'm Paco, and you're watching Bad Witch Books. Guys, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, I'm Paco, and I am a fantasy book reader, and this is my booktube channel, of course. So, it is the first video of 2026, which is crazy that we are already filming the first video of 2026. It's crazy. But we're doing my December wrap-up. So these are all the books that I read in the month of December. I read a total of 6 books. I think that leaves me around 70-something books read this year. So my goal was 100. Did not get anywhere close to that. I am not disappointed in myself because, like, it's a challenge I put myself in. And I'm more upset that I didn't get to read as many books as I wanted, that I missed out on reading time. So I am going to try to beat that. This year's reading goal is going to be 100 books this year, or at least more than I read last year. So let's get to it, shall we? So first we're going to talk to Stats Paco, who's going to go over the stats of all, like, basically the number of books he read, the page number, and stuff like that. Now we're back. So thanks to Stats Paco, I can now do the 6 books. We're going to go over the 2 books I do not own physically, and then we will do the 4 that I have. So the first book I'll talk about was a arc, and it was for Carnival Fantastico by Angela Montoya. If you do not know, Angela Montoya is one of my favorite authors and a cool friend I have. She writes YA romantasy books with Sinner's Isle and Cruel Thirst. This is her 3rd book, and it follows Esmeralda, who is a con woman fortune teller at this magical circus, and she is trying to be the #1 star. But one day, the boy that broke her heart and is also the son of the man she's on the run from shows up at the carnival asking for help, and she is, like, torn and stuff like that. So it's about Esmeralda and Ignacio having to team up, even though they can't stand each other because they are both hurt. And it was a really fun read, really fun, cute YA book. I enjoyed it. The magic was really fun. It was colorful, and it was just everything you want in a magical carnival book. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. This book comes out February 3rd, so high-key recommend checking it out. And if you haven't, read her other works as well. So I really enjoyed it. The character work was amazing. There may have been a character I really enjoyed. If you read the book, you'll find out why. But yeah, I liked it a lot. So the next book I have that I did not read was The Rebel Witch. This is the sequel to The Crimson Moth. I do not own this physically because I'm waiting for my Fairy Loot edition to come. And I really enjoyed this. This is the sequel, because if you don't know, December is my sequel month, so I mainly focus on reading or wrapping up a series that I have not gotten to all year. And this is the sequel to The Crimson Moth, and it follows Rune, who is a witch in a country that, like, being a witch is illegal, and she is trying to save her fellow witches from the government that is trying to, like, put them down. And then it also follows Gideon, who is basically the head of the witch hunters. And their paths cross, and things happen. And I really enjoy... I liked book 1 a lot. I thought it was a really fun read. I wouldn't say enjoyed it, but I liked it. And book 2, I think I enjoyed more. I thought it was a little more action-packed. This one, there was a big part of, like, communication, not talking, but, like, this makes sense in a YA book. And where the reasons they didn't say shit made sense for stuff that happened in the previous book. I don't want to get too much into that. I thought the magic is fun. I really liked Rune in this book. I think she really, like, rose out as a cool character to me this book. Just the writing was fun. The character development was great to see. And, like, the bickering was... I love the bickering. The bickering was really good in this book. I think they were out of their heads more than they were in last book. And, like, the issues I had with last book, which it was still a really good book. But maybe that was like a 3.5 and this was a high 4. So I really enjoyed it. So now we have the books that I physically read. Or not physically read, but physically have at least. So The House Saphir by Marissa Meyer is a Bluebeard retelling. And it follows Malroy Fontaine. She is a fraud. Another fraud character. She can see ghosts, but she's a witch. Doesn't have any magic, but people don't know that. And she has been running this, like, hoax at this, like, haunted mansion. And one of that is the home of, like, the Bluebeard character. And one day, one of Bluebeard's descendants is like, "Hey, my evil grandfather's great grandfather, whatever, is haunting our manor. Can you exorcise him because you're like a powerful witch?" And she's like, "I'm on the run." So yeah, so shit happens. They mysteries ensure. When Marissa Meyer is writing fairy tale retelling, sign me the f up. I love it. I thought our character was really great. I will say, if you liked Little Thieves, I would maybe check this out. Mallory was very Vassia coded, and I really enjoyed that. I really liked her as a character. It was a really fun fantasy retelling, like YA fantasy retelling. I really enjoyed this. So this was a low 4, but still fun. So the next book I have here is Human Rights by Juno Dawson. This is the 3rd book and the final book of Her Majesty's Royal Coven, which starts with Her Majesty's Royal Coven and then has Shadow Rights and then Shadow Cabinet and Human Rights. It follows a group of witches who were once friends, and then after a witch civil war, they kind of drifted apart until one day they have to get the gang back together. And this is the final book. It's like the end of the world, and they have to save it. And I really enjoyed this book. I don't want to get too much into the plot part of it because, spoilers. This has awesome, twists and turns each book. I do think the first book was my favorite, but I still really like this one and the second one. I think the character moments are great. It is fun to see the character arcs, finale. I think Juno Dawson did a great job at wrapping up each of the individual main characters' arcs, and you get to seeing them from where they start to where they end is really great. I like this friend group a lot. I thought their dynamics were really great, and overall I really enjoyed it. I thought the witchiness was really good. I high-key recommend this series to anybody. If you guys haven't read it, which I don't see it talked about a huge amount on BookTube, and I will high-key recommend this. It's a really finished, now it's a complete trilogy. I would recommend this more to people. The next book I have is The Jessad Crown by Sarah Hassim. The sequel to The Jessad Heir, which is The Jessad Heir follows your girl Sylvia, who is a magic user and on the run until she is conscripted by the prince of this other kingdom who hates magic users and is like, "Hey, enter this contest for me and you'll get your freedom." And so she does it and shit happens. And when I say this book has usurped We Free the Stars as the best yearning and the best tension, for me, this book has the tension. I want to reread the series already because of the amount of tension between our two main characters, our love interests. They see each other across the room and you feel the world stop. And they hate each other, but they're the world stops and they're bickering and they're about to fight, but also they kind of want to kiss. And the tension just, you could taste it. So good. So good. I like our main character a lot. She grows a lot in this book. And it was really fun to see where the story ends. I'm very excited to read more from this author. The last book I have, and I luckily finished it at 11:39. I finished, or 11:20. I knocked out the year of it, and it was A Fallen Star by Imani Iru. This is the second book to Heavenly Bodies, and I will have to thank Princess because she got me onto Heavenly Bodies. I was probably not going to read it as soon as I read it if it wasn't for her, and this is shaping out to be, it could be a favorite trilogy of all time, in my top 5 trilogies. Top 10 maybe, top 5 is saying a lot, but this is quintessential romantasy. When I think of what I like about romantasy, this is it. The characters are cool. The magic and the world building is awesome because it's based on the Zodiac and it's really cool. There are gods. The ship dynamic I love it. It's so good. And this is just what I want from romantasy. If anybody asks for a romantasy rec, I'm always going to recommend this trilogy. If you don't know what it's about Ilara, who is a princess of this kingdom of darkness. She has shadow magic. And she's on the run. Again, our main characters are always on the run. Couldn't be me because I don't run. And she is taken in by this kingdom of light. And they're like, "Hey, we're going to train you. We hate you, but we need you." And so they take her and she has to train with the prince and shit happens. And it's so fun. The world's really fun. The gods are really cool. And I just really like the series. I thought this was a great like sequel to it. I really enjoyed this. This is 4.5. I think this is my favorite book of the month, and I really, really enjoyed it. Heavenly Bodies will be in my top. This and the sequel, the first book, will be in my top 10 favorite books of the year. But Chef's Kiss, I really enjoyed this. I can't think of any faults to it. Really enjoyed it. It beat Just Sod Eric Crown by like a pinch. Just a pinch. It was almost beat Just Sod Crown, and it were like neck and neck. But I think the magic is what really sold me. I think, okay, just comparing these two books, which I don't know why I'm comparing them, but just because of like how much I liked them. This book had the better character, like ship dynamic, but this had the better world. And to me, the world and character ship dynamic is only by an inch. But the magic in this, I'm a lore whore, and this had a lot of lore and gods and stuff, and it just, but I mean, they're both great. They're both 4.5 star ratings. Just like rating of what was my favorite book of the month. But yeah, so that is all I read in December. What did you guys read in December? What was your favorite read of December? And can you believe that we are already on 2026? Here is to more books read and better books read. Yeah. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.